for our Zoom tonight. We also ask that everyone respect each other's privacy by not recording, taking screenshots, or sharing any part of tonight's discussion without permission. Now let's go ahead and get started. So welcome and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Triskelion Tuesday Talks. I am Summer Knight, and please welcome my beautiful co-host, Sanga.
Good evening, everyone.
Tonight's discussion is all about education, respectful conversation, and community growth. Every dynamic is unique, so we're not here to tell anyone there's only one one right way to practice BDSM. There are a plethora of different ways, so take that. Instead, we are exploring something almost every kinkster experiences, but very few people are taught: the unwritten rules of kink, the etiquette no one teaches, but everyone expects you to know. So whether you've been in the lifestyle for 6 months or 16 years, chances are you've learned at least one of the lessons the hard way. Our goal tonight is not to embarrass anyone, definitely. It's to share knowledge, encourage discussion about the topic, because it affects us all in the community, and hopefully make the journey a little easier for those coming behind us. So let's go ahead and do an icebreaker. Let's warm everyone up with our first question. We want you to drop the answer in the chat, or if you'd like to come off mute and share with the group. What is one thing you wish someone had told you before you entered the BDSM lifestyle? And Queen is our chat moderator, so she's going to go ahead and get to those. Again, what's one thing you wish someone had told you before you entered the BDSM lifestyle? Or we can go a little further. What's one lesson you learned you had to learn the hard way? So either or, I'd love to hear your responses. Sanga, while we're waiting on the chat, Queen to handle the chat. You want to answer that?
I would have to say the one thing I wish someone had told me about BDSM is the diversity of it. BDSM is designed for the individual. Yes, it has a code of conduct of its own standard, but it is your arena. It is your platform. It is your pleasure palace. However, some people have the tendency to live in textbook. We do not act as robots in dynamic play. It is acting according to how the Dom sets the mode. So nothing's robotic. And a lot of people think everything when it comes out of a book, it is facts. It is not facts. Facts is what you make it in your bedroom or in your playroom. That is facts.
Definitely. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and answer. I think one thing I've learned, it was about the proper etiquette, the asking to DM or breaking the rules of DMs. And I'm just like, which I still experience from my submissive page, Summer Night. It's just like I'll add people because, of course, I'm a public persona, and I also have my business. So I add people, and I'm just like, no one reads the caption. I'm clearly owned 40, and I still get the DMs, and I just like, oh. So sometimes I say stuff, and now I'm just like, just let it sit. So that's what I learned, the etiquette proper. May I ask to DM you, things like that. That was a big thing that coming from the swingers lifestyle that, they don't ask that. So
No, they do not.
no. Queen, do we have anything in the chat?
Yes, we do. Let's see. Latricia says it's more than bedroom aesthetics. And Mr. Knight said sex is optional. Chance said bet like your life depends on it because it does. L. Nicole says intensity does not equal alignment. Sensual says I've learned to never allow shortcuts when vetting. Be as thorough as needed. Tafoya said to learn more about the framework and how diverse it is. I'm still new and I did do my own research, but there is so much more to learn within the community that I had no idea about. And
Yes.
then I think that's Lee. Always ask questions for clarifications.
Yes. It's a good
Those are
one.
great responses.
Yes. Yes.
So right.
And that's all in the chat for right now.
Thank you. Definitely love hearing those responses because they all have one thing in common. Most of the lessons weren't written in the book or covered in the class. You just kind of find out the hard way.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and jump into discussion. Let's look at why this topic is it really matters. It's important in the community. Psychologist Albert Bandura, social learning theory, tells us that people learn by observing others, not just by being formally taught. That means that every experienced member of this community is teaching something, whether they realize it or not, and we do it every day. New people are watching how we communicate, how we respect consent, which we just talked about, how we treat others and how we respond when mistakes happen. Single, what you think about that?
I'm gonna have to say this, etiquette is it says it's polite, but believe it or not, it's not polite. It's protection, especially in our community. It is important that politeness is for vanilla. Protection is for BDSM
Yeah.
because in our culture, it's very important that we are protected. For an example, good one is
Mhm.
sometimes action teaches more than words. When you
Definitely.
proactive with your community, it is protected. And
Yeah.
then and I have to say this, it is a little politeness to it because with the politeness, I am my brother and my sister's keeper in the community. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So, of course, tonight we're going to talk about things we wish someone explained to us, and we're going to go ahead and get into discussion one. So, why do these unwritten rules exist? I'll start with the question, why do you think so many expectations in kink are unwritten? Singa, you want to cover that first before we go to the chat?
Hmm.
It's just a kind of you should know this because you've been in blah 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 blah, or you will
Honestly,
know this because you're a newbie. Now
well,
you.
in kink, there is no unwritten rule in kink.
Mhm.
You have to know the rules. If
Yeah,
you're going to play and participate, it has to be have a conversation. You have to consent to it. You
yeah,
have to be in agreement that this is about to transpire.
yeah.
So the unwritten rule is follow the rules because safety is the bottom line.
Right.
Literally the bottom line.
Yeah, and I think it's more from a newbie standpoint when you don't know what those rules are. So you have to learn, just like everybody. So definitely. Does anyone in the chat want to answer that? Why do you think so many expectations in kink are unwritten?
Any who said facts to Singa, her response. That's the only response right now. I'll
All
So
right.
answer it.
I'll
I
tap
can
in.
answer
Tap in real
that.
quick.
Oh, go ahead, please.
So I know one of the things is there was a time when people were brought in by individuals that were walking them through the door. So they were telling them these things like as they were going, look, when you get in here, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. I think over time we didn't quite convert over well to passing on the information,
Hmm.
because there's such a large influx of people that are trying to get into this lifestyle now, and they're not being led in by the hand in the way that in the way that they once were. So what's happening is you're getting a lot of people coming in that just aren't getting the information. They're just not getting taught, and it's really not written down nowhere. But that's why we writing it down for y'all. So just wanted to throw that out there. It kind of comes down to changing societal norms or our societal norms. Whereas before you were walked through the door, and by taking that away, now is more so a lot of people are just kind of they're doing their own research and learning. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Definitely true. Do
absolutely.
we have any? Do we have anything else in the chat, Queen?
Yes. Any who says, I wish there were more information about etiquette. Granted, each Dom may have a different expectation. Hold on. Why is it unwritten? It may be to the different variances. Sugar said because it's treated like a secret of sorts or like a secret club or group. And Anywho said, old guard versus new guard social media doesn't allow for as much mentorship.
Mm.
Sugar said, and some people have the mindset that only one person can teach all the rules. So either that one person says all the rules or the others figure it out on their own. Because the one person that is doing the rules saying don't want to reveal nothing else because he wants the group all to themselves. Latricia says different backgrounds, etc., and changes the way people are introduced to WIITW. When they're seeing it in the books and movies, they're missing the real world doing of things, and many people are stopping at, oh, I like latex and I want to thank someone.
So, Queen, may I
Mm.
speak?
Please.
This is when I will say, like Sir Knight, they removed the basic rules and regulations of safety going into establishments. That I would have to say, go to Google or Kink 101 to get basic information, especially if you're a newbie. But I want them to understand that is not written in stone. That is just a guideline to show you what direction you want to go in, the type of company you want to do this with. It'll give you an idea of what to expect so you're not going in it blind. And I have to agree once again with Sir Knight. They've removed that etiquette that should have remained because we're growing as a community so fast and a lot of young people are gravitating to us for guidance. It's best that they get the correct guidance versus someone's shortcuts and bad habits. So, yeah, try to get your textbook information, but it's not written in stone. It just gives you a guideline to start your own kink of satisfaction.
That's very true. Thank you. Do we have anything else in the chat, Queen?
One more. Sugar said some folks also treat it like a glamour, like only showing the
Mhm.
beautiful parts of it and not revealing the ugly.
Hmm,
That's a really good one.
that is a
Yeah,
very good one.
that's a really good one. And that's probably sugar due to contracts, NDAs, things like that, where people can't share. So that happens
May
a
I
Mhm.
lot.
speak on that, Summer?
Sure.
So NDAs are great because they're a part of protection.
Mhm.
But you, like with the host or people hosting events, you have to be willing to teach before you have people come to your events. And people are just not willing to go that far to give out the information, which I think is not good. But that's something that Saya and I did when we hosted our event. When we host
Yeah.
the event a week before our event, we come in, get to know one another. If it's 30, 60, 80 people, you come into that chat. All the dominants, the tops have to introduce themselves because that is proper etiquette. You need to know who's in that room. You need to know the safety and the people and what they're offering. And then when you see them in person, you're not so anxious or afraid to be in that space with them. So a lot of people aren't willing to actually give it all to the people,
Mhm.
but that's something that we offer because it's important to the people that's paying their money to
Yeah.
come to your events. We give etiquette on dress down, why they dress down. We give etiquette on how to dress, how to pack a whole bag. And a whole bag is something that you pack for your aftercare. We
Mhm.
give information on cleanliness. You clean your mouth, you clean your vagina, your penis, your butt, because a dominant or a top does not want to smell you when you face down, ass up on that table. So
Mhm.
people are not willing to educate
Mhm.
on etiquette. And I think with events, you should be educating these people that pay their money to come to your event. It doesn't matter if they like it or not. Educate them.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's
Totally.
Educate them.
that is super
And,
important. You gotta watch your
and
mouth.
Yes.
yeah, and if they don't sign an NDA, we will legit refuse their money. I don't care if you're a dominant of 50 years or so, you will sign that NDA or a submissive or Dami. If you do not sign that NDA that protects us, you and them, you are not allowed to come to our events. And it's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Well said. Totally agree.
Yeah, I do too. So we'll go ahead and dive into my next discussion question. Okay, I guess we covered should etiquette be taught, so we're gonna skip past that. So is etiquette different from protocol? What do you guys think?
Etiquette is different from protocol. Etiquette is it's a respect level. But protocol, that's that's that rule and regulation. You need to follow through. It's a black and white. And I have to say that's probably one thing I would agree that's black and white. Um, she hit it right on the head. Those things are important. You cannot go to a function of that caliber and not have protocol.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And then with your etiquette, that's how you gracefully show respect and be polite and be considerate of everyone that's attending. But I totally agree with Queen said. That was a perfect example of what protocol should look like. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you have to be top before going in those settings and signing an NDA because it's just like if I'm a newbie and I'm going to a dungeon, which we're going to get into shortly, what am I signing that I can't talk about? So education beforehand is needed. Etiquette.
Yes.
Yeah, wash
Yes.
your body, clean your mouth.
And yeah, and
Yes.
what you do is even when somebody questions your NDA, you
Yeah,
educate them of why it is important to
Mhm.
exactly.
sign it.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that is a part of protocol.
Yes.
it definitely is.
So yeah, you educate them on why. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. But it's a protocol to protect you, them, and us.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't mind a good
Absolutely.
NDA. It's okay. So
I'm
next
gonna
question
go. Go ahead. I was gonna go to the chat
is there
really quick.
somebody in the chat? Yeah, you go
Oh
ahead.
girl, they talking in the chat, honey.
All right, let's hear it.
EJ said, hygiene needs a point, no stinky folks. Latricia said yes. Coco said etiquette could be asking what name a person goes by in that space.
Mhm.
Protocol is asking if someone can be touched.
Mm.
And any who said, don't say nothing. We have our regular lives that don't need to know.
Yes.
Exactly. I think the lifestyle should be, everyone's privacy should be protected as much or as little as they want. So definitely, that's important.
So, sisters,
So,
may I speak?
oh yeah, sure.
Another big thing is can somebody touch your toys? But this is the one that gets me the most. Can I watch the scene? That's a big one. Yes.
Oh,
So yeah, you have to be respectful. Yes, that's a big one. People,
really?
oh yes.
Interesting. Now
Oh
with
yeah.
bleach or what? I'm a bleacher. So are we watching it
Yeah.
with bleach and water, fabuloso, like
Yes.
Lifestyle? Like what?
So you have to be real
Well,
careful.
yeah, thing is right. You'll be surprised in a space how even not just newbies, people will come in and they want to touch what they see. That is
Mhm.
not yours to
That part.
touch. A
Uh,
dominance or domi's implements are their personal items.
Mhm.
So you have to ask. You cannot just walk up and touch. And again, if they don't know, why didn't anyone tell them before they came to this event? Why didn't anyone say
yeah,
anything? You do not get to touch things that are not yours. You're allowed to bring your own implements. All of the dungeon equipment can be touched. Anyone can share that. Please wipe it down after you have used it.
Yes.
That's etiquette. But if it is
Yes.
not told, if you just let people come in there and play,
yeah,
people don't know.
They
They don't
don't know.
know.
yeah. Definitely don't touch Dominus toys. I never touched my sir's toys. We've been together almost 30 years. I look at them though. They look nice, but I won't touch them. So definitely
Girl,
have.
I have to put them back in the bag. I'm required to put them back in the bag afterwards, and I still have
Mhm.
to ask Sire, how do you want me to put these back in the bag?
Yeah, it's a
How
big
do you want me
ass.
to place them back in the
Mhm.
bag?
Exactly. That's
Yeah, I
I
don't
get fussed
respect.
at for putting, yeah, I
care.
get fussed at for putting
That's
a flogger
respect.
close to a paddle because I'm just like, oh, it's 3 a.m. and I'm exhausted. I
What's
forgot.
the remote? I don't know.
Yeah. So, next question. Have social media groups changed community expectations on this?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes too. It definitely, it definitely has.
Oh, yes.
May I speak?
Yes,
Sure.
you may. Hello, lovely.
Hello,
Hey,
good evening.
good
It's
evening.
it's not even just that social media has changed it. It seems to have given this on top of the movies like 365 and 50
Mhm.
Shades coming out that got this kind of skewed idea for other people of what it is. You then have social media, which to an extent it's very personable, but also you don't know what is actually going on the other side of the screen. You don't know what's actually
Mhm.
going on the other side of what's being typed out and everything. So even I'll say the way Sir Knight runs the group is wonderful, because there have been a couple of times somebody want to slide in the inbox but hasn't even bothered to say hey anywhere. It was, oh, I saw your picture, and then they're already in your inbox. Here,
Mhm.
I love the fact that you can send that and be like, this person ain't even bother, and it's taken out. This is one of the few groups that actually follow through with that. So
Yeah.
social media has also removed this idea that you do still have to ask permission. And I know it is rampant even in some event spaces where, because you identify as an S type, you'll have some DOMs who get this, well, you're going to do what I said because I'm a Dom. And I'm real quick to be like, who is you? Because I might be submissive, but I'm not your submissive. And unless Mr. told me that I'm supposed to interact with you a certain way, who is you? And social media, unfortunately, to an extent, seems to have taken some of that away.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
definitely. I agree.
Yeah,
Totally.
definitely love how we run the group. And my sir doesn't play, so yeah, he's like, yeah, let's get him out of here. Well, after we talk to them, there's a couple steps before, but
Mhm.
definitely no DMs. That's not etiquette at all. So next question. Are experienced Kingsters responsible for mentoring newcomers? Is that our
Was
responsibility? Experienced Kingsters, are they responsible for mentoring newcomers?
that's a that's a double-edged sword. We
Mhm.
want to, but we're
Yeah,
not responsible unless they fall
exactly.
under our mentorship. But
Exactly.
that is a double-edged sword. Yes, if
Yeah.
you take them under your wing and they consent to what they're learning from you, yes, but you
Mhm.
just don't have to take them and give them um, your knowledge. Because I've noticed some young people, they come in to the lifestyle knowing what they don't know. They
Right.
automatic, like sis said, they watch these movies and they get into these fake social media groups and so forth and think that they've been educated. No,
No,
so it's easy to be fake than to actually take the Triskelion Academy course that's factual information. That's the
yeah,
difference. That is the
definitely.
difference.
Yeah, definitely. So, do we have anything in the chat before we continue?
Of course we do. Of
I
course
love it.
we
I love when
do.
y'all talk. Y'all make it so much easier for me. Love
Yes.
y'all.
Okay, let's see. Any who says, I feel you should ask before doing anything. AJ said, shaking my head, not to touch others' things. You would think people think that, but that's not true when things are shiny and everything looks so good in a space that you've never been in. You would think that, but yeah. Latricia said, tools are an extension of the person. Same way you can't touch me, don't touch my stuff.
Mhm.
Any who said, your mama said, when you go in the store, don't touch nothing, same concept.
Yes.
Yep. Chance said, loud talking and interrupting a scene is a no. You
Mhm.
wait till the scene ends to ask questions politely. And Chance, that is something that we reiterate a million times in dungeon spaces. We say it out loud, we say it in the DM, we say it at the event. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Coco said facts. The jokes are the most important part. Any who says yes, finger snaps. I feel sometimes social media makes the hungry ones feel it's a hunting ground. Mm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sensual says most fake social media groups, Facebook, Telegram, barely even teach about proper BDSM kink. They focus more on sexual interaction than actual kink play scenes. Sugar said that's a choice. You got folks that teach bad crap too, or bad practices. Latricia said it needs to be asked, can't just assume, and not every elder has the capacity to mentor.
Mm.
Stephanie says, I don't think anyone is obligated to do anything, but I think newcomers should always ask. And EJ said newbies need mentors immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's all in the
Me
chat for
too.
right now.
Comment if I could.
Sure.
So I was listening to the conversation and I'm thinking we're talking about tools and property and all that. There is a property that we're overlooking. I've seen crazy stuff happen before. So when I speak on things and I go to the extreme, just know it's because I've seen it and somebody needs to speak about this. So I was at an event. They were in the middle of a scene and this dude on the sideline just kind of stands up, walks over, and slaps the submissive on her ass while she's in the middle of a scene with a dom. I don't know if it was her dom or not, but immediately he got put out. But I wanted to speak on it because property also extends to submissives as well. There's a saying, protect the property. The saying,
Mhm.
protect the property speaks on protecting the property, mental, physical protection of the submissive as the property, the owned property. You're not allowed to touch other people's property. It goes beyond just tools. You shouldn't be touching nobody, first of all, but definitely not anybody submissive. And if you don't know if it's somebody submissive or not, don't fucking touch it. Simple and plain. You shouldn't be touching nobody. Um,
Facts.
I don't play about mine. So you touch mine, we got a real big problem. So that just throwing that out there. Property extends to more than just tools.
Yeah.
Well
That's
said, sir. Thank you.
you, sir.
Period. Thank you.
We
I
got
had,
anything
yeah,
else?
period. Period. And
Savage.
I would even go to extend to that. If Sire is topping with a bottom, you're still not allowed to touch that bottom because he is in protection of that bottom because he's
Mhm.
currently topping them. You do not get to interrupt a scene. I don't get to interrupt a scene being his submissive. Anyone else does not get to interrupt a scene, and we will put you, our security will put you out. And if that is your submissive, well, she'll join you outside. Respect is due. So I agree with Mr. Knight. Property is
Yes.
just not the implement, it is protecting
Yes.
the bottoms, the submissives, period.
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I say
definitely.
hello?
Sure.
Hi.
Hello. Who's that?
Hi. I just want I just wanted to comment on the people kind of intruding on situations and scenes. I've been doing my studying and understanding about subspaces, and when you're in that scene, you can go into a subspace. You are in a very vulnerable stage. And when people don't understand how it psychologically, it mentally changes in that moment, and they just waltz in like it's, you're ordering a cheeseburger, um, it can really it can really affect the person or the two people in the scene. So yeah, I'm glad that Queen is mentioning about educating, but especially also helping people understand that when these people are in, when the couple, the dom and the submissive or top or bottom are in the middle of a scene, they are in a totally mental space, and we just have the privilege of seeing them in that space and to respect it and
Mhm.
just step away. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coco girl.
Thank you.
I recognize your voice. I
All
didn't see
right,
your
can I
video.
say
I'm like,
something?
damn.
Yeah, thank
Sure.
you, Coco.
You're
I
welcome.
yeah. So what I'm gonna say is like what Sir Knight was saying. I ain't never seen nobody touch nobody else's submissive in the party. Never. Like I think that would be crazy. I think somebody probably would get escorted. I think it would cause problems. So I'm glad they ain't never seen us, and I've been to some. Another thing. Far as touching people's stuff. yeah, some of the Dom stuff is shiny, and it's like I'm like, whoa, like wow, where you get that at? And then I say that's all the time, like, you got me thinking about switching. He'll just laugh. I'm like, yeah, but I ain't never touched nobody's stuff, and everybody needs to sign an NDA. NDAs is the best thing, you know what I mean? And also NDAs, that's also the one sheet, right? Too. That's also called the one sheet, right?
No, you're talking about a dance card. Those are two different things, but I know what you're talking about for sure.
Okay, I get them mixed up somewhat. Joey
Yeah.
ain't been to a party like, so I'm back to start partying in about 2 weeks, so it should be fun.
All right. Well, definitely. Thanks for coming. Yeah, you were right, and enjoy the party. Definitely keep us posted on the next Tuesday after that. Let us know how it was.
Oh yeah, we call when you have like marks on your body, we call that trophies. I don't know what y'all call that.
We do. We call them trophies.
Mhm.
Well, we do. Our house does. I'm not sure if everybody does, but most people call them trophies. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, EJ. Do we have anything else in the chat? Anyone else want to speak before we continue?
Yes, we have some comments. Anywho says part of a sub's trusted surrendering is knowing that we will be protected by our Dom.
Yeah.
Stephanie says I was at an event and someone touched my leg. It happened so quickly that I fawned. I didn't really know what to do in that moment. I am sorry, Stephanie, that that happened to you, but I will tell you, you can go straight to the host. If the host has
Definitely.
security, you can go to the security. Or if you see someone that looks kind of friendly that you can talk to, you can go to that person. Most events, the hosts are there and they have people that are like helping with the event. They're called monitors.
Mhm.
Monitors are around the events as well. You can go to any one of those people. I would suggest going to events. You get to know the host, the monitors, the security. Those people you can go to at any moment and tell them, yeah, someone touched my leg and I did not give consent. So I'm sorry that that happened
And
to
if
you.
I'm there, you can definitely come tell me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tell
And
friends, tell.
Yeah,
listen, I'm only 4'11", but not in those 6-inch heels. And my security don't play about that.
that part.
Don't play. So yeah, I know sometimes people are afraid to tell. But if you don't tell, those same people will touch someone else and
Mhm.
they'll do something else and they'll be big in the community and they'll keep doing it. And that is, we don't, yeah, that's offensive. And you can't have that in event spaces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And EJ, I'll respond to you with the implements. If you see something that you like, I'm gonna tell you, dominant and domains, they are very they hold caliber to their tools and implements. They will be
Mhm.
welcome to tell you about their implements if you just ask.
Mhm.
Well,
Because it's a part of them. Just ask them. If you want to
Mhm.
know something, that's like asking a dominant information about how they got to where they are. Just ask a
Mhm.
question. Just ask.
Or I just look at him. I say, hey, Dom, hey, you really gonna use that? Okay, you gonna use that on me? All righty. Yeah, there we go.
hey, nothing wrong with asking for what you want.
Right. Closed mouths don't
Totally
get
forgot it
fed.
was Tuesday.
All righty. So let's go ahead and jump into another question. Is it etiquette or is it respectful to immediately ask someone about their dynamic?
Repeat the question, please.
Is it respectful to immediately ask someone about their dynamic?
Immediately ask them.
Immediately, like I just met you and I said, Singa, what's going on? What's going on with your dynamic? Do you have one? Who's in it?
And
Is that etiquette?
and my reply, stand down, soldier. Be
Is it
invited.
respectful? Is
It's
it respectful?
disrespect. It's disrespectful.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's disrespectful. Well, let me rephrase that. Do they know me? You
No,
can
they do
ask.
not.
That's
Right.
and
No, they
then
do
it's
not.
disrespectful. Yeah. You
Yeah.
could ask me. Sir
Yeah.
Knight can ask me. Queen can ask me. Someone I don't know, stand down, soldier. That's
Does it?
disrespectful. It's very disrespectful.
Yeah. So yeah, just an etiquette thing
That's
we're covering. Yeah.
it's equivalent of just watching a scene. It's disrespectful. Asking about it is equivalent to watching it. It's disrespectful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Did we have anything in the chat before I get to
Yes.
some juicier ones?
Look, yes, ma'am. Let's see.
Y'all rock tonight. Thanks,
Stephanie
guys.
said, thank you,
I
friend.
want
I
to
will
ask one
definitely
thing.
tell. Stephanie
I want
said,
to ask one
thank you,
thing.
friend. At Summer, I
What'd you
will
say,
definitely
sir?
tell. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. I just wanted to ask one thing. I wanted to ask Single one thing.
Oh, please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
What if that person says to you, "Hey, may I ask you a question about your dynamic?"
Ooh. Verbiage is key.
Mm-hmm.
I give you permission to speak.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
That's
different.
key. Just wanted to throw that out there because people don't know. They want to ask, but they
Right.
don't want to be rude. The
Right.
best way to go about it is to ask if you can ask.
Right.
It sounds like a lot.
Verbiage
It's
is key.
definitely complex,
Yes.
but it gets you to where you want to be.
Right. Verbiage is key. Verbiage is key, and body language says a lot.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hmm.
Sorry.
It's
Thank you.
okay. That was
No,
great.
don't
Yeah, that was
apologize, sir.
great
You know we
because,
like it when you come in.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
that was
do.
great because if you ask the right questions, how you ask it means everything.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So let's see. Let me scroll
May
up
I
a little bit.
ask a question?
Who knows
Okay.
it?
Yep. Please go ahead.
What would then be the proper way to let folks know we're not discussing anything because I have a dynamic and you would need to speak with Mr. first, or I don't converse until I know that you have for certain things, like especially for me. So I'm a switch. In those interactions, they get told, hey, we can have the beginning of conversations, but if it's going to go further, Mr. knows, I let Mr. and he makes the final say. But say it's just, how do you say that without necessarily sounding rude or just to have that out there? Because you can put it on your profile all day long and people act like they don't have reading comprehension.
So sis
Wow.
now speak.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
I'll go.
And we're gonna role play on that.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to you and asking you, could you give me more information about your dynamic? And your words will be to me what?
Excuse me, whom are you? That
So
would be the initial.
okay. So do I have permission to speak to you or shall I wait and speak with your Dom?
Okay. Yeah, so then yes, it would be, I would have you speak with Mr.
Then I will wait patiently and thank you for your kindness.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I usually go something like, because some DMs, my DMs are crazy. But I do have to open them. I'm kind of in, sometimes I'm in the mindset of I'm not opening them because I can kind of see a preview. But then since I am an admin of the group, it could be someone that I added from the group. So generally, they may say, hello, Summer. I may say hello, and then if it goes to oh, you're gorgeous or something like that, I'll say I am my own submissive under my
Right.
Okay.
sir. My DMs are closed.
Right.
Or if it's a group question, of course we answer, but sometimes people they might say, well, you can't have friends or tell him he's lucky. No response because I've already stated that I am my own submissive and my DMs are closed
That should have
to
been
And
enough.
and that's been
yeah, so
part
I
where
don't
I've
That should
been
have
continue
been
the
enough.
conversation. It
okay.
stops. So I have people in there just every day talking to themselves, and I've already stated what it was. They know that I'm on. They know who he is, and people will try, and it's up to us to have that. You have to push that
See,
proper
because
etiquette.
I've
Like
been
it stops. Yeah.
I've been blocking, and part of it was with the writing, because that's why I'll open up the DM at first, is sometimes I'm not sure if they're reaching out
Yeah.
because of my business or because of my writing. So at first and then when I see it, I'm like, you're not even listening to what I'm saying now. And then,
Yeah.
so that was the moving forward. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
They
owe
don't
you an
care.
apology because I thought the scenario was an in person, not a
Okay,
DM.
no, these are
These are
in my
DMs.
DMs, and sometimes they'll be like, I read your article. Okay, cool, but then that was just their little cover to try to, and so that's the weird. How do you switch from, okay, I now see you weren't asking me about the article, any further stuff? Because I also don't necessarily want to just be rude and be like, talk to Mister and get out my inbox.
So, sis, may I speak?
Yes.
You have my permission to be rude.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be stern,
You
definitely, because
you
that
have
will
to,
continue the
because
conversation.
sometimes, yes, politeness sometimes do not work. So you
Okay.
have my permission to be rude, because like sometimes people only respond to being nice, nasty, aka rude.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
And
yeah,
I'll give you a different scenario. We're hosting an event. Sire's an introvert. All the dominants come to me. They asking me all these questions. They're asking me about my dynamic. Can I speak to you? Blah, 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 blah. Because I am an event host and I host them with Sire, I am the one that is responsible for responding to the DMs. But if
Mhm.
you go past who am I, what my dynamic is, you need to speak to Sire,
Yes,
period. If it is not a question about the event, you need to speak to Sire, period. So it just depends on the position that they're putting in. People DM me all the time because we're 7 years in hosting events. Hey, beautiful, delete and block.
yeah.
I don't even give them the time of day. I don't even
yes,
have to tell them that I'm on because I know that you saw it. And if you didn't see it, I'm just dismissing you, period.
I agree.
Sir Knight has DM'd Sire first. You heard what I said? He DM'd my Sire first
Mhm.
to ask if I can join Triskelion as an admin. He did not reach out to me. That is out of respect.
Yes,
And
yes,
some people just don't understand that. You can, if because I'm an event host, you can reach out to me for that period. But when it comes to speaking to me outside of that, you need to speak to who I am on to first.
I agree. Well said.
Period.
Well
Yes,
said.
well
Well
said.
said.
I'm
Well,
gonna
Hey,
since
look.
we started
hey,
I'm
talking,
gonna
good
go. I'm
evening.
gonna
Can
go
I
to the.
say something?
Please.
that sugar.
Yes, please.
Hey, it's sugar. Hey, I a lot of times I know Sir Knight said something like he asked me something in an old Tuesday night talk a long time ago. It also be your tone of voice because people don't read. I didn't figure it out. People just do not read, and it makes me mad when you be like, "Cause I'm still just I'm unowned and I'm solo and I'm out here, and that don't mean that I'm out here, but I'm out here." And like I have really truly discovered that people just do not read because everything is out there on whatever page you trying to meet me on, and you'll still get in my inbox and go, "What you looking for?" or "What are you?" or this, that, and I'd be like, and I blast them out. I'd be like, "Hey, it's obvious you didn't read. Either you can't read or you didn't comprehend that you needed to read. So I'm gonna let you see where you lay." And it's very, I feel like it's disrespectful to walk up on somebody asking what their dynamic is when you don't know them from Adam's house cat. But that's just me. But I another thing that I wanted to say, because I didn't know whether I could talk or not, y'all let me talk. But the thing about the teachings, I do think that people that have a longevity, a positive longevity in a lifestyle should teach. I feel like that, but everybody ain't got the mindset to teach. A lot of people got real kind of crazy ways, and it makes you wonder how they even got out the fourth grade, because I bet you they can't write in cursive either. So the one thing that you have to learn and know in this particular lifestyle or in vanilla lifestyle is that sometimes you just have to judge people and leave them where they at. It's a lot of times where you learn how to teach, and you know that you can teach it, but you know that your ways are kind of off. So you be like me, I'm lazy, and I know I'm lazy, so I'm not teaching nobody nothing. I apologize. I will read everything that you tell me to read. I will learn it, but I learn more through experience than anything else. I am lazy. I promise you, if I really, even if I really 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 love it, I might not do what I supposed to do in it because I'm lazy. And I get that, and I tell people, no, don't put me in that position, because I'm just saying. But I just really feel like, as far as asking me what my dynamic is, and I ain't even gotten there right now. You still, my face is gonna talk to you before my mouth will. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you for
Thanks for
sharing.
sharing, sugar. Yeah.
Awesome.
We can
Yo,
go
I
ahead.
told you the
Actually,
whole time she
Munchie.
talk, I'm over here laughing just because the way she sound, like
This
the
is
whole
us.
time, the whole time.
Sugar can
Thank you,
talk, so
sugar.
she
Thank,
talks so fast,
thank you for
but I
Oh,
heard
honey.
sharing.
everything she said.
Right. You gonna hear it. I did want to
Okay.
cover since we're gonna be winding down shortly. I did want to touch on munch event etiquette and dungeon. I know we've been talking about it a little bit, but I did want to deep dive in that since that's moving into some more offline in-person events. So a couple questions I think we know, but I'm gonna throw it out there in case anyone missed anything that Queen covered. Do we ever interrupt scenes at a dungeon or a munch? Oh, you're on mute.
May I
Queen,
speak?
you're on mute.
No, no, I was about
Oh,
to say you better not.
That's right.
is that
Munches are
okay?
different
Something
than
dangerous is
dungeons.
going on.
Oh yeah, Mr. Knight, please go ahead.
I was just saying no, unless something dangerous is going on.
Mhm.
Right.
Correct. But no, and munches are just, it's us going to vanilla places to have conversations and education. Dungeons are totally different. Dungeons are the spaces where we kink.
Yeah.
So, in at munches, you talk, you eat, you educate, you laugh, you wear you can still wear your collars and your cute clothes, but we're in vanilla spaces with vanilla people.
Yes.
So dungeons are a little bit different. You do not, like Mr. Knight said, unless it's a dangerous situation or Dom or Dame has to, safe word someone, unless it's dangerous. But no, no one. Mm-mm.
Also, it's just so we can throw it out there since we do have some newbies online. So at events, munches, dungeons, is photographing ever allowed? Is that ever okay to kind of pull out your phone
No.
for etiquette? Okay.
Ooh, child.
Mm.
It to us, it depends because certain people have certain crafts
Mm.
and certain people want to see their craft on the bodies, which are so beautiful. So if
Mm.
they give permission to take the photos, because how does someone actually know what you do, how to do it, how it looks, if there's no photographs or videos? So with that, there's etiquette. You have one person or two responsible for the phones because at our events, no phones are allowed at all. No phones. You put your phone in your pocket, they stay in the car. We take them from the door. So yes, I say sometimes yes, you can have photos or videos, but with the proper etiquette and permission from bottom, top,
Mhm.
dame.
Mhm.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Did you want to touch on that, Singer? You look
No,
like you
I
want to.
agree. Well, my whole thing is I initially said no, but she's right. With consent, with
Right.
specific things, yes, but God no. I
No.
mean,
Right.
if anyone wants to be a part of this lifestyle, you have to learn to remove yourself from your phone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Put
You
the
have to
phone
learn to
away.
do that because there's going to be a lot of times your phones are not welcome.
Yes. I'm
Definitely.
gonna go to the comment
Amazing.
really. I'm gonna go to the comment section really
Oh,
quick. Let's see.
okay.
I think that is super invasive. You don't even know my favorite color. That was Stephanie when we were talking about what we were talking about. His
Yeah.
kitten says, I feel you don't need to know about anyone's dynamic if you don't know them and are not vetting. Sugar said,
Yeah.
my face talk before my mouth. Anywho says, I would think no. I would think if some person wanted to know you better, would express interest and then asking if someone is owned. Coco said, what happened to hello, my name is question mark.
Yeah.
Karina says, same, my subtitles on my face are strong. Tafoya says, even if you ask them, if you can ask a question. Okay, that was my question. And
Yeah.
then his kitten says, affirmation is different from just being invasive. Tafoya says, I'm new and nosy. I don't want to break any rules though. So baby, you just ask questions. You
Yeah.
just
So for
ask.
you.
You
Yeah,
just
girl.
ask questions.
Yep, you just
Oh.
ask respectfully. That's all. It's okay.
Yeah.
Coco said true, and who said, "Man, I love your thought process, Latricia." His kitten said, I would have you wait to speak with the mister, especially if we are out together. Coco said, very well said. Summer, his kitten said, I like how you introduce yourself because you are respectfully letting them know who you are and whose you are at Summer. Coco said, permission granted, LMAO. His kitten said, you all have determined the public roles, which is okay at Queen. And Amiko said, what is the right way to go about asking to watch someone play while they're in the middle of a scene without messing up the flow of the scene?
Once the
Mm,
scene starts, you can't interrupt it. Either way,
mm-mm, just watch.
that's going to be disrespectful.
Yeah,
Once it
just
started, you can't say, "Excuse me." No, 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 no.
just watch. That's when my voyeur comes out. I'm just standing and watch unless they say you gotta go.
Yeah, just sit
So
back.
they'll kick
Yeah,
me
just
out. I'm
sit back and
watching.
watch. Because at
Yeah.
event spaces, there's a lot of voyeurs, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of rising
Yes.
emotions and feelings. So you just sit back and look pretty or look handsome and you just watch. And if something you like or is intrigued by, when that Dom or Dommy is done, then you
Right.
can ask questions about,
Yes.
what you saw. Maybe can you try it, things like that. But it's always in protocol. If
Right.
the scene is like, say you go to an event, the event start at 7 and you walk in at 10.
Yeah.
Baby, scenes are happening, and they was happening at 7:30. Dress Down started, and those people wanted those scenes. So when you walk in, be quiet, be
Mhm.
respectful. Don't come in
Mhm.
hooping and hollering because you can definitely interrupt the flow of a scene. So you just sit down, cross your legs, and look all pretty and cute, and go with the flow because scenes can be watched. Like I watch Sire's scene with Bottoms all the time, and sometimes I'm really involved. Like my eyes are stretched out. You watch respectfully.
Right.
You watch
Yeah, just
respectfully.
make up.
Well said.
Just watch, girl. Just
Um,
watch. Anything else in
and
the chat?
let's see. Let me go back up. Some people said agree. They actually do not read. They will grind. That grinds my gears. Stephanie said, I swear. Sequoia said, I think they read and don't care at times. Sequoia said, is there a difference between sir, sire, Mr., master, or is it just a preference regarding the name choice?
Um, it's just the preference of who they're with.
With
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the preference of
the
the
with.
dominant or dominate. I answered it for you in the chat. I call Sire Sire. It was created about 2 years ago because he tops a lot with bottoms, and all of the bottoms respect him so much they call him Sir. I didn't want to call him Sir too.
Right.
I
Understand.
just I and so it took 4 years for me to ask permission to, can I call you something else? I would like something of my own because I'm yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it took
I'm
about
a-
4 years. It took about 4 years. And then we came up with sire, which is daddy in other
Yes.
languages, but I don't call him daddy. So I call him sire. So it's just the Dom or Dame's preference of what they would like to be called,
Exactly.
if
Nice.
that helps. Let's
Anything else?
see. Some of
I
them
got a good
said,
one.
okay, they were going, hold on, with consent, no photos unless discussed. Yes, the last party I went to asked if someone could take a picture of me while I was on the St. Andrew's Cross, and I got my picture. Stephanie said, I love going on a blocking spree when that happens. Any who said, man, I love your thought process. Let's say, Amiko said, so how do you ask permission to what watch? We already went through that one. And then she
Okay.
said, you guys are saying it's rude to watch without asking. That's what she's asking. She said, are we saying that it's rude to watch without asking?"
No, if it's already
No,
started, you
it's
can't
already
ask.
started.
So yeah. If it's
It's
open and
it's
it's not closed off, then you have permission
Hmm.
to watch.
right.
You'll know if
Yes.
you're not supposed to be there, but if it's
Mhm.
open and no one's saying anything, girl, just
Hmm.
I'm a voyeur at first. I'll pull up a
Yes.
chair or peek around the corner in a heartbeat,
Yes.
like,
It's
Yes. And
rude
most
to ask
dungeons are open.
questions. It's
Oh,
rude
go
to
ahead.
ask questions in the middle of a scene.
Hmm.
That's when it's rude.
yeah.
That's all the questions, Summer.
All righty. So this happened to me a couple times online, and I was just like, I don't know what to say. Someone you've never spoken to calls you baby, good girl, or princess. Someone called me good girl on my post on my summer night page, and I was just like, where's my daddy? Is that flirting or crossing the boundary? And I think we gonna know what y'all say.
Oh,
but
that's cross.
okay.
That's cross. That's a major cross.
And I will straight up delete. I will
That
Yeah.
delete
part.
it and block you. I don't want my sire to see that
Yeah.
because it's disrespectful. So I don't even give you the time of day. If you post that under my post, I don't care if you read my profile or not. Delete and block.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do a lot of
In
that
the
lately,
in
just
the
like
comment
delete.
section, yeah, you have trigger cross, major boundary cross. Yeah,
Oh,
those were the
okay.
comments about what you asked. Mhm.
So we're winding down, but I did want to do this rapid fire green flag or red flag. So I'm gonna say something. You tell me green flag or red flag. Y'all
Okay.
ready? Here we go.
Yes.
Reading group rules. Is that a green flag or a red flag?
Some
Reading.
people are saying green and green, green,
Green.
green, 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 green,
But
green,
where
and
are
somebody
we
put
reading them at?
Mr.
Okay, it's
Knight put
red.
the Hulk on there.
Yeah, like for our BDSM elite group, do you? It's a good thing to read the group rules. Well, you
Yes.
have to kind of read some of them before you get
Right.
accepted in. But so green flag. So I'm gonna go a little fast, y'all, because we wind it
Go.
down.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Everybody say green.
Asking before sending a DM. Red flag, green flag.
Red. Oh, you said
Calling
asking?
everyone, huh?
You said asking before the
Yeah,
DM?
asking before sending a DM. Is that a red flag or green flag?
Oh, green.
Green.
Alrighty,
If it's
calling
before.
everyone sir. Red flag, green flag. Calling everyone sir.
Red.
Interrupting
So,
aftercare.
Red.
red.
You said interrupting aftercare? Red.
Yes.
Red.
All
Everybody's
right.
saying red in the chat.
All right. Taking photos. We discovered this.
Yeah, that's red.
Gossiping after events, especially if you signed the NDA, you bet not. But
Red.
gossiping, red
But
flag, green
hold
flag.
on, I
That's
got a
grounds to
question
get
about
your
it. 'Cause
tongue cut out.
but look, but
That's
I got a question
red.
because what I got a question about that one because what we actually talking about because okay, so I'll give you a scenario with that one real quick.
Okay.
Because we have the group of the event, we let it last for 3, 4 days because people want to still talk about the event. Now, mind
Mhm.
you, they're still in that DM group, so they want to talk about this scene, talk about that scene because it's an open dungeon. So I don't know, I don't think that that's a green or red because they're still protected in that space, if
So,
that
Queen,
makes
may I
sense.
ask a question? Is
Please,
it agreed upon in that group that y'all do that?
correct. Yes, yes,
Okay, well, if it's agreed upon, yeah,
yes.
it's
Because
pretty
we
much it's a debrief of
Yes,
what
because
transpired.
we leave it open for 3 days after,
Mhm.
and
Okay,
people can still talk. So
understood.
Yeah, I think this might lean more into I went to a dungeon. I just went to a dungeon, so there's no group. I went to a dungeon and I call Singa or I post on my page, yeah, I went to this dungeon Friday and she squirted all over the wall. She
Coco said
nasty.
banned. Coco said banned, so that's a red. Coco
Definitely.
said
All right.
banned, and
Not only
okay,
is
so
that red, I'm
What
coming
what
looking
happened?
for you.
Wait a minute now. What happened? What?
Listen, that's so
Look,
nice.
she heard the word squirt and was
I
like,
think he heard the
hello,
word
well, I'm
squirt,
woke.
and that was it. That was it. Okay, hold on, y'all. 1 second. So Amiko said, "How is calling everyone sir a red flag? I see it as a sign of respect as a military brat."
Yes. So it could come from vanilla, like I was raised to call men sir. I think the red flag would be maybe if your dominant doesn't want you to call everyone sir, like for instance, Queen calls my sir Mr. Knight, whereas
Correct.
maybe Stephanie or you may call him sir. It's just the preference of their dominant in that respect level of what they
Right.
require. My sir, he requires us to call other dominants sir. So it's just a preference. So it could go both ways, but if you
It
just
could
calling
go both
everybody,
ways.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that was kind of you can go both ways.
And
So
then
let's
with
go ahead and
that
say,
too, a
mhm.
dominant once told me, in a chat after an event, he was like, "Queen, please don't call me sir. You have a dominant. My name is Shere Khan, and you can call me that respectfully." And I was like, Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But because I scened with him, I gave him the honorifics.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that was my first time scening with him. And he was like, please don't call me that. You have a sir. So please call me this. So it just depends on the dominant or
Yeah,
dominant.
May I
definitely.
Well said.
may I speak, please?
Sure.
Yes.
Um, I was kind of like in the same boat, Amico, and I think it kind of goes back to like the same reply as everything else. Just ask. Because um just because you just want to respect everybody, you want to respect that person if they have a sub, because just like someone was saying that everybody calls their sir, and it's like if like they might look at you like, who is she? I ain't never met that girl before. He's talking to somebody else. Like it could like trigger a whole lot of things. So you just want to, just ask. You never know. Just never know. Just ask.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Good
Yeah. That's
suggestion.
good. Thank
Thank you for
you.
sharing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for that, Coco. Yeah. And then going further into that, like coming, like you said, it could trigger. I was new. I was a newbie once. I'm only 7 years in. So, watching my husband, because he's my husband and my dominant, watching him top other people and they're calling him sir. I'm like, I I don't understand why all these women are calling him sir. And he had to explain to me it is a respect
Mhm.
thing. So I had to learn honorifics. You have to, it's just a respect thing.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So the last one I have is assuming every submissive is available. Red flag, green flag.
Red flag.
Red. And Latricia said red. Amico said red. Nika said
Big
The
red
red.
group should
flag.
be on fire by now.
Bergen said red. Lee said red. EJ said red. Stephanie said at the very least. I just saw
Fire
Mr. or
red.
Miss. Okay, red, red, red. Everybody says red.
Oh, thank y'all for participating. So we're gonna go ahead and wind down, and we're gonna go ahead and touch on our house's baby, which is Triskelions Academy. And Stanka, you want to go ahead and take it off?
So yes. So pretty much the things that we covered on today, a lot of respectful, true information comes from the academy. This one I would strongly suggest to our newbies. This one is called the BDSM Fundamentals, and it covers things like safety, high risk awareness, on negotiations, information on consent, understand power dynamics, communication, roles, and responsibility. This is the best way to get true information where you can also reach out to us, especially Sir Knight, if you have questions. Full of knowledge. This is his design, and he designed it specifically for newcomers, even veterans. I've fallen in love with the nutritional one. So there's a lot of good resources there, and it's for us. And the whole thing is the more information we have as a community, that's the proper information we share to bring in a larger people of making sure that they understand what this community is about so they can have the conversation, use the lingo, feel involved. Like a lot of questions we had tonight and a lot of knowledge we had tonight will definitely add to that. So please take some time out, go to the Triskelion Academy, find yourself there. And when you find yourself there, you find success.
Yes, definitely. And I'm gonna go ahead. I took the original course, so I did kind of tiptoe in, and I took one course, which is the art of submissive speech, cultivating respect and reverence in BDSM. This was a really good course. One of the biggest misconceptions about submission is that it's only about actions. When in reality, a big part of submission that I've learned during my time as being a submissive is it's the way we communicate. Is just as powerful as the service we provide daily. So this course explains how respectful, intentional communication strengthens trust, deepens connection, and supports healthy power exchange within a BDS dynamic.
Yes.
Awesome course. I take my hat off to my sir. He did an excellent job with this,
Yes.
with all the courses. So I'm gonna tiptoe into some more because there's some new ones that I have not touched yet. But definitely, if anyone wants to take a look at the amazing courses we have, Queen is gonna go ahead and drop the link in the chat, and that is www.triskelionsacademy.com. Definitely want you guys to check that out. Also, have to put my plug in. I am the owner and creator of Good Girls After Dark. I do adult boutique treats. I make just about everything, and I infuse a little bit if you ask on the low. So, if anyone was to watch my journey, I just started my baby officially in January. Good Girls After Dark. I also have my vanilla line, Good Girls Goodies. You'll see more of my kink with my summer page, which is Good Girls After Dark, the Facebook page. And definitely open to orders. I do ship. I do make ice cream, local orders only. I'm currently in Texas, so if y'all want some sweet treats, hit me up. I am available and ready to bake. Okay. So that's my little plug. Definitely enjoyed you all tonight. So we shared our thoughts. You shared thoughts. Does anyone have any last minute thoughts before we go ahead and wrap up? We're a little bit over, but this is really a good
Was.
conversation.
It was very good.
Yeah, it is
So,
needed because it's
go ahead.
definitely
I'm
needed.
sorry.
Oh no, I was just
Mhm.
saying it's definitely needed. Go ahead.
Coco just had one question. What if the
Sure.
Dom wants to be referred as sir? That's not their sub, but the sub does not want to call them sir. She said she thinks she knows the answer, but wanted to ask.
If he's not sure dominant, Matthew. No, thank you, Mr. Matthew. But if you have a dominant, it's kind of, yeah, if your dominant says you call him Matthew, sir, you call him Matthew, sir. So it's kind of, if you're unowned or you're single, yeah. If Matthew said, no, call me sir, no, I don't want to call you sir, I'm going to call you Matthew, call Matthew.
Especially for the solo subs. If you're out there
Mhm.
solo, you're
Yeah.
not required to call anyone, sir. You're
No,
not
you're not
required.
obligated.
If you want to
That is
respect
true.
them, yes, but you're not required to do that.
Honorifics are earned not just simply because you're a D type or you have the penis or whatever. They are earned things. So if you're not an owned sub, you don't have to give that unless that person's earned it from you.
That is
And if they're
correct.
in, if they're, I'm so sorry. If they're
Go
insisting,
ahead.
red flag.
If they're insistent, throat chop them and block them.
Red flag.
Definitely. Sir, were you going to
So
say
nice.
something?
So nice.
I'm just laughing. Y'all crazy. Throat chopper.
So we're going to end this with one thing. So what is, okay, two questions. What's one thing our community is doing well at this moment? You want to touch on that, Sanka? And I'll go to Queen. And
I'm
sorry.
gonna have to say participation, lots of questions, a lot of interaction, giving knowledge, sharing knowledge. We are on the right path. We are growing
Definitely.
as a community. We are loving on each other, and we are definitely we on the rise. We're taking 26. I can't imagine what we're gonna look like in 27.
Definitely. I know my sir probably will touch on that before he closes this out. What do you think, Queen?
I would say with you guys having BBE is a great way for people to just, it's something good because it has grown over the last couple of years. And now y'all have so many DM groups where we can be individuals and we
Mhm.
can learn who we are as dominant, as submissives, as brats, as littles, as slaves, as S types. I think that you guys are doing something good because it's us.
Yeah.
It's they look like us. It's us.
Yeah.
And I think the education part, y'all, I get education frenzied. That's the part I get frenzied. When I can learn something new about something that I didn't know, that's what I think the community is doing good. It's
Yes.
educating.
Yeah, I
Yes.
have to agree. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. We do this for free and for the love of the community, the need that, this is definitely needed in our community for people that look like us. Because if you look at other groups, there's a mixture, but not for us, by us, let's say that.
Yes.
So it definitely, it gives me joy to give support and educate daily. I enjoy all the DMs I get, the support, on days I'm a little low, you guys keep me up. So I definitely, yeah, it's a big task, but I enjoy it. It definitely keeps me motivated. So thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and close out for our final reflection. I hope tonight reminded everyone that etiquette isn't about making people feel unwelcome. It's about creating safer, kinder, more respectful communities. Most of us, we didn't have anyone to sit us down and explain these things. Someone either showed us, corrected us, and probably had to give us grace. So now it's our turn to do something for someone else.
Yes, well said.
Yeah. You want to add any final thoughts, Singer, before we turn it over to Sir?
No, let's Sir Knight go and hit us up with
Well,
one of them
actually,
jokes.
I'm sorry, Queen. Want to give Queen her final thought? What's your final thought, sis?
My final thought is do your research, ask questions respectfully, walk with courage, walk with
Mm,
self awareness, walk with integrity when you walk into spaces with people, dynamics, and walk with
mm,
honor. If you don't have any of those pillars of BDSM or kink, we're not doing it right.
mm.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. Yeah. Then I'm
Nice.
going to go ahead and also remember titles may open up the door, but character, respect, and continuous education or continual education are what keep you in the room. So before we close out, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the man who reminds us that learning never stops, the creator of www.triskelionsacademy.com. Please check out the link and also Good Girls After Dark on Facebook. Thank you. Turn it over to my sir for his
Hey, y'all.
infamous joke.
Hey, y'all.
How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I was trying to dig in the archives and come up with something good for y'all. Hmm. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? A
What?
depresso.
An ex
A depresso.
an
Depresso.
espresso.
Sad cup of coffee is a depresso.
Daddy.
I'm gonna need one of those in the morning.
Right. All right, all right. One last one, and then I'll say my little spiel and get y'all out of here. What's brown and sticky? A stick. That one was bad.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
That one was bad. I'm sorry, y'all. I got better jokes than that, I promise.
Love and light to you all. I love you guys. Good night.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just go ahead and get y'all out of here real quick. It's been a long day. I know everybody's ready to go ahead and log off and settle in for the night. I appreciate you coming out, spending time with us again on this Tuesday. Um, like the ladies were saying, we just gonna keep doing the thing, keep giving y'all information. We're doing the best we can, but if you have ideas for show topics or anything like that, let us know. We're always open to discussion on how to make things better, how to reach more people. We're not keeping this exclusive. We're trying to bring all of our people in, everybody that wants to learn how to do this the right way, how to do this. Let me correct that. I don't want to say the right way because there's no definitive right way, but let's say the safe way, with consent and mental health awareness at the forefront, because that's important. We got to do this safe, sane, and consensually. Those are the pillars that the Triskelion stands for. So I want y'all to remember that as y'all go into the week. You hear me say it all the time, Fortiori Una. It's Latin for stronger together. I truly believe this because I know that when we band together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. This is an example of that. We get on here every week, and every week we got people, we got new people, we got the same people that have been coming before. Bring somebody else. Everybody can gain something from this. We got Queen on the chats helping out and giving us information. Senga with her informed information, and Summer, spitting it out. We got Stephanie in here helping keeping the conversation going. Amico coming back every week now. Like Sugar's back in the house. Like we got a lot going on here, y'all. Like I really appreciate it because this is what's going to keep us going. We need to use this momentum. Bring some people in. If you know somebody that can gain from this, bring them on in. They'll love it. I'll love to meet them. I'm always open. So thank you for coming out and spending time with us again. When I say it, I mean it. So when I'm saying it, know that it's true. Forte ora suna. Good night, everybody.